Hey guys, it's Jim Downs with Co-op Motorworks and Motorhome Rehab Ranch on Patreon, and I know I'm out of uniform. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is the first video we've done after Hurricane Ian, and that was a heavy-duty hurricane. We weren't hit too bad. We didn't lose power. We're on a three-phase circuit, industrial circuit. But I'm telling you, brother, if you have anybody down south, it was a serious thing, right? They need some help, and we did pretty good. The beach house was good. I showed you pictures on the Daily Pose, and if you didn't, that's right, we changed the name. Well, it's been late in Daily Pose lately, but anyway, on the website. So today we're going to talk about stereo. Whoa, 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 whoa! And in my previous life, I know that you don't believe this, but I kind of get obsessive about things, and I take them to an extreme. And I was that way about stereo equipment. I ultimately was the first Techniques rep, the first factory direct Techniques rep in Florida, right? Now that I don't have to do it for a living, actually, it's becoming a lot more fun. So let's talk stereo, okay? This is a speaker. Of course it is. This is one of the 4x10s that were in the back. You can see it's real thin mount. Had to be to clear that corner. Very special speaker. They don't make that anymore. You end up, if you want to put it in the original location, you need to get a 4x6. Actually, Metra makes it. It's in a kit. It's a 4x6 with ears on it, so your bolt pattern lines up. Okay, it's not a wonderful speaker. It's a speaker. It sounds okay. And if you want to go back to original locations, well, that's your speaker. This is the one thing you're going to have to modify for sure. I already did a video about stereo, and I explained imaging and where to put speakers and all that kind of stuff. And that's the conventional logic and the conventional thought about having stereo. Why do we call it stereo? Well, it should be called good music. You got crappy music and you have good music, okay? And in good music, you have a stereo imaging. So they just call it stereo. Well, hi-fi, mono, I hate that word. Hi-fi, monaural, or stereo. But today, with the new electronics and the way things are, it's not called stereo, it's called audio video. You've seen that. Now, a couple of you guys that are gurus and love stereo and stuff, you're going to just go, what is he doing? We're going back to, Howdy Doody. Let's catch everybody up a little bit, okay? So, stereo. My first job at a high school was jockeying car stereos. The main tools I used was a rat tail file and a hacksaw blade with tape around it, metal dashes. Well, today it's a little different. In our motorhome, well, I tell you, the metal backing on that original dash, I don't know what they made it out of. It. That stuff is harder than woodpecker lips. You will sit there and grind up an air saw cutting that stuff, okay? But you have to, because there aren't any more 3-hole radios like original. You know, they actually, there was records on the road. Pretty stupid in the spring. Well, then it went to 8-track. Actually, I have a Learjet 4/8-track deck. Totally useless. Nixie tubes. So that's dead. Now, our coaches have original 8-track tape decks in them. And if yours works, okay, go get some 8-track tapes at the flea market and play with it. And that's fine, because when you see where audio video is today, that thing in the dash can just be kind of a piece of artwork that actually makes noise. Maybe you can listen to NPR or something. Real audio video has gone so much further. I mean, back in my day, there was cassette. Hey, you could play one side or the other. Then they had them with searching, different songs. God, it was so complicated. And they wore out. Cassettes begat CDs. Now, CDs are pretty cool, digital audio. See, right there is where I was involved. Cassettes. We were selling DVX cassette recording, and I had the first CD player and a handmade CD in my trunk. So CDs were real cool, but they had drawbacks. Main drawback was get scratched, okay? So then, explosion happens. A mini phone plug plugs into your phone or plugs into anything can put music through your sound system. You can get a radio that has Bluetooth. Everybody knows what Bluetooth. It's not a Bluetooth. I wonder why they came to the name. I'm sure there's some reason. But in-dash radios today have Bluetooth. So you on your phone or whatever you've got, you can feed it through the sound system. Very cool. Okay? They got USB ports on them. Okay? You can plug all this stuff in. You have an unlimited source material for sound. And audio video. You can have my phone. I watch the local news. I watch the national news on it. I got Netflix, and the sound from the video can go through the audio. Okay, so it's amazing what you can do. The flexibility of the sound is fantastic. And I tell you what, hang on one second. I want to go get something else that I'm going to show you. I'll be right back. Okay. Hold on. All right, back. Left it in the truck. So you can see the inputs won. There was a big fight between the high quality sound guys and the guys that wanted all the stuff to go in stereo, in hi-fi. Those guys won because the new equipment today is so close to high-end sound that you can't hear. I can't hear the difference. My sound, the hearing's gone. I got tinnitus in 2 octaves. I can't hear it. So today's electronics, amplifiers and the like, are so good. Now that leaves us, if you've got all the inputs, now you've got this in-dash doubled in, big square thing, that is like a media center where everything goes into it, right? Your phone goes into it. If you don't want a CD, it doesn't have to have a CD player in it. Maybe CD, yes. It have all the plugs and everything else into it. Everything goes in there and then it comes out of there. And you go to speakers and watch the last video. We talked about speakers. But let me show you something else that's unbelievable. Now, I used to really, I'd still like sound. But, yeah. I was bench tech at Lafayette Radio. I was into music, building Dynaco amplifiers and all that. Well, my wife bought something. This son of a gun, let's turn it on. It's on. Now listen to this. 3, 2, it's connected to my phone. And the sound that comes out of this thing is outrageous. Okay. Now, you can have a car stereo shop make it where the dash radio sends to this, and forget all those speakers, because this thing will absolutely blow your brains out. This is a JBL system. They make them bigger and smaller. I was at a party at the beach. The guy had these big ones. They were about 6-inch diameter, about 36 inches high, and he had 12 of them. And they're all linked together with Bluetooth. The sound was ridiculous. So the new technology is in sound reinforcement, quite seriously. Stuff like this. It just amazes me. It really does. sound equipment has gotten to the point that, you know, you remember that TV commercial? A guy goes into a hotel and says, "Do you have cable?" And the girl behind the desk, real bored, she says, "We have every station, every channel, every movie, everything ever made." And the guy says, "Oh, that's the way it is today. Audio, video has just turned our lives upside down. You can be sleeping in a box, and if you got good sound, you can be happy. I mean, you know, seriously. So, open your mind to stuff like this. With this, you don't even need a dash radio. You just use your phone. Somebody says, "Well, you know, you don't believe the audio, the pure analog sound." Well, actually, I just did a video about that. And analog sound does have some subtle differences. But to be honest with you, you're driving your motorhome, you're trying to listen to every little thing that falls off or squeaks or anything like that. You like a little bit of sound so you're not driving yourself crazy. And it's all available to you. I mean, it really is. It really blows my mind. And it's not expensive. I mean, this thing here, what, $100 or something? It's all there. It's all you need. You want to have a big sound system, big party? Get a couple of these in your phone, and don't forget the beer. You're there. So look, new technologies, new concepts, new ideas about sound. And to be honest with you, light too. LED lights, boy, there's a lot to talk about there. We may want to get into that. But sound, audio, video, you know, you don't need cable. You don't need really records. I have at the beach house, it's a museum. One room has all the CDs that I collected over 40 years. Another room has all the VHS tapes and a tape machine that I collected. The other room has all the DVDs. So you go there to the beach house and you can listen to all this stuff, but honestly, it's all here. It's all here. Look into it. Get your son to show you, or your grandkid to show you. It's amazing. Okay. So look, I hope that helps this. This is in the interior appliance series, believe it or not. Appliance, you know, your sound is a good thing. All right, well look, thanks. If you have questions about audio or video or things like that, do some research. There's all kinds of stuff out there. Don't get hung up with things and try something new because it's all very cool. All right. Thanks for Ranch Hands for supporting us. If you want to hear more about this stuff, anything else, let me know. We ended our contest. We had a lot of people put in a lot of suggestions. Okay. And here soon we're going to be selecting some winners and sending out some tchotchkes. All right. So look, thanks again. Thanks for the support. And we'll see you next time.